What's up, everybody? This is PhillyRon, and of course, what I want to do now is get in front of you guys, and we're going to showcase a game that I played in NCAA 13. Game came out on Friday. If you have the season ticket, it actually came out on Tuesday, July 10th, in store. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this game. This will be my first commentary, and I just want to get in front of you guys and see how you like it. So, again, I'm going to call this a practice game. I'm Oregon on defense. And the reason why I'm calling this a practice game is because this is an unranked game. We're playing on a Heisman level. I never just run in and jump to ranked games. To be honest, I really don't like playing ranked games because it's always played on a lower level. I'm not knocking anybody for doing that, but, that's just my opinion. So, first thing that you see is I'll come out, and, of course, I have a nice blitz already set up. I will be breaking that down. In the future, I may provide that on either on my site, or I may actually put a quick little video together to show you guys for that. So as you can see, we started off real early on. We got a quick turnover, and now what we're trying to do is establish a run game. I'm an old school player who likes to put plays together. I'm not into just running money plays. I like to systematically try to break you apart so that I can continue to beat you instead of having to rely on one play over and over. What also normally happens with that is if you rely on one play over and over, more than likely it's gonna force you to be dominant with your user skill or your stick skill. Now, at one point, I used to be very, very good with user skill, but as you get older, that hand-eye coordination goes. And what I like to do now is try to focus on getting plays open instead of having just to rely on user skill to do everything. And I know a lot of players actually fall into that category because only the top head-to-head players are great user skills people. I don't care if there are guys out there who are ranked in the top 100. That doesn't make you a great user skill player. User skills come from actually playing head-to-head and you being able to maneuver. I mean, you can maneuver online, but there is a little bit of a delay when you get to online. All right, so let's stop talking and let's stop talking about skills and let's just get to the actual gameplay. Again, I like to come out in a lot of 4-3. This guy is running some type of inverted wishbone. He's going to throw that fullback dive. I'm expecting that, and we're able to stop that right at the line of scrimmage. It's a 4th and 1. Let's see what he's going to do here. Again, an inverted wishbone, probably an option or a dive, and he goes right to the option, and there's my fault for taking a bad angle, sacking a quarterback, and letting this running back just break down the sideline. I hate when that happens. You have your opponent cornered. You played great defense for first, second, and third down, and on 4th down, you give up a big play that could actually change, the game. So again, because this is practice, I am worried about it, but I'm not too concerned about it. We'll tighten that defense up. This was actually my second game of NCAA football. The first game I played one of my former guys I used to work with, a guy by the name of Cobra. And this game I was just running. I said, let me go ahead and check Oregon. Let me see how they run. And that's why I'm out here with them. So, again, he's going to short kick me. I get the ball and able to take it up to about the 40-yard line. And let's see what I come out on offense here. And it looks like I'm in this is just an ace big formation or ace formation. And the reason why I like to call ace formations, or I'm into a lot of under center formations, is because I'm giving the defense a balanced attack. A lot of guys now, when they're playing, a lot of the new guys who play these games like to come out in defenses that are specifically for passing formation. So when you get into a balanced formation, or like a formation where it's called balance, but if you get into a formation where your opponent can't tell the actual strength of your formation, that puts a lot of these younger guys or inexperienced guys into a bit of a bind. So that's what I'm trying to do here when establishing this. You see me take the sack here. A lot of people may say a sack is a bad thing. I'm the type of person who I will not force anything into coverage. So sometimes a sack is the best play that you can make. Again, I am also a football coach, and that's what we actually teach our kids. You don't want to throw saying I thought the person would be there. We never want to hear I thought in football. You should know. So if you don't see it, don't throw it. If you can't make the read, don't throw it. If you see multiple men in coverage, don't throw it there. I don't care if you can get away with it sometimes on a video game. More than likely, you're going to pay for that in the long run. So don't practice bad habits. You know, I don't care. I really don't care who has success with it. You just don't practice something that you shouldn't be doing. Don't practice bad habits. All right. Again, this guy comes out in the snugs formation. It's under center snugs. So this could be the snugs or tight slot. Is looking like a snugs formation to me. And again, I have my normal defense set up, but I have zone. And of course, he's going to throw that little corner route. I went over there, clicked on, and tried to swat that with my safety, but was not able to get that. So that's a good play by my opponent. And on of course, this first down here, I'm trying to make sure that I have protection on these outsides because you never know. I'm so used to playing guys who like to, you know, throw to the sidelines, try to manually click on and catch the ball. So I got to always prepare for that. This guy is running little quick passes in the middle. I have a good defense as far as underneath coverage set up for that. And I always like to bring pressure. I don't do what a lot of guys do, which is like send 8 men in a zone. I'm not really a fan of that. I think that's a form of I don't want to say glitching, but it's just not. It's corny. You know, you don't see that in real ball. I don't rely on that. So it is what it is. So I get the ball back. Let's see what I can do with this. 4 minutes and 39 seconds left in this quarter. In this first half. Sending my running back out to the right to see if he's manually controlling that guy over there. He's not, so I'm going to click on. I sent him on an arrow route or a swing route, hoping that I can get more yards. But as you can see, I wasn't able to pick up anything. So that was pretty much of a wasted play for me. And that's me taking some stuff from the previous Madden and trying to bring it into NCAA, when you should just, take each game for what it is and play that game according to its strengths and weaknesses. This is a bad throw. As you can see, I had the left flat open, but for some reason wanted to go and test this man downfield. And because of that, again, that's a bad habit. We're now punting the ball on a 4th and 20 instead of having the potential of, going for it on a 4th and short or, getting better field position because the punt was would have been further upfield. All right. So now we're coming out on defense again. And, game has been tight, so close, you guys have seen. Looks like he's trying to throw an unbalanced set at me. So, what I would say is if you're going to send out a formation where you have a strength to one side, you need to practice or make sure that you are strong to your weak side. If you're showing strength to the right, make sure that you have plays that will attack the weak side because most opponents will go ahead and shift or rotate to your strength. So, he was able to run that ball, but I was right there because I kind of just felt he was going to go to his strength. He's out in the snugs again. He has a running back out open in the right flat. He didn't take that. He took the crossing route. So what you will see by playing, or if you pay attention to your opponent, you'll see how they like to make their reads. This guy is missing the flat. He's a person who likes to run drag routes. It looks like he's comfortable on drag, so he's not seeing the flat open. Again, the flat was open right there, but he's going to the corner route. So this guy is used to throwing corner routes and used to throwing drag routes or crossing routes across the middle of the screen. So we need to start paying attention to that and take advantage of that going later on into the game and say, hey, my scheme is going to now adjust to this guy being that type of player, meaning he doesn't see the outside as far as the shallow outside. He just sees the outside 10 yards down the field, and he sees the crossing routes in the middle of the field. But what my opponent does here is he starts to, he wants to implement a little bit of the run game, a little play action. So it looks like he only goes to the shallow parts of the field when he's running a play action. That's his tendency based off right now. So again, here we have with that unbalanced formation or that strength to the left, and let's see what he's going to do here. Again, he runs directly to the strength side. So, what you want to do again. And I don't have no problem breaking down my own defense or breaking down my weaknesses. Have no problem with that. You want to run to the weak side, or you want to be able to make sure that your strength is also in your so-called weaknesses. That's what we actually like to do in football. One thing that I paid a lot of attention to when I was in college, when playing college football, was our coaches would come out and say, hey, this is our weakness in this defense, and we had to know that. And because we knew that, we knew based on the part of the play that we were in, how we needed to compensate, or we knew our weakness was going to be, so we could always shade to that side or not. A lot of guys just play these games and don't really pay attention to their weaknesses so that they can make their weaknesses also strengths. So I just want to make sure I reiterate that to you guys. Make sure that you are paying attention to the weakness of your play, whether it's on offense or defense, so that you know how to turn that weakness into a strength. Okay, again, we want to load up, go fullback dive, and we're stopping it. The best play for him, from as far as what I'm seeing, is to just go ahead and run that option. I'm not really good right now in this place. This is my second game. I'm not really good at stopping the run right now, and I have to figure out how this game is going to play. And he could be taking advantage of that. And he had a run earlier. He doesn't see it yet, but he had a run earlier where he broke off like 10-15 yards upfield. I'm going to keep doing it until you show me you can stop that. And I'm not going to do it just over and over and over and over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continuously send that formation at you, send motion to that area, make you think that I'm running. I'm going to establish an offense or a scheme around that because I see that that's an opening on your defense. So that's what you need to do. If your opponent shows you that they have an area of weakness, try to exploit that right away to see if it is actually a weakness. Don't keep continuing to just attack it so that they can adjust to it. Just make sure that you keep, every couple downs, you keep popping at it so that they can't adjust to it right away, and you're able to actually take advantage of it for a longer period of time. All right, so that ends our first half of football. Right here, let's see what I do. I drop back, and it looks like I wanted to test him deep. I've been practicing a little bit of the user catching on this game. It looks like back in the past we were able to strafe catch, and how you do that in this game is to hold the left trigger. That is definitely in the game. So I practiced that a little and was able to have some success in practice. So I tried that there. I'm sorry it wasn't successful, but it was still worth a try. I will always test you deep at some point. All right, so again, we're out here on offense. I'm running a normal formation. It's like it's not called double size, like a single back, or it's called an ace normal or ace slot. So I'm running that formation. Of course, I have a nice run, and they hit me with the holding. EA, if you're listening, please turn that down, because every time you get a good run, it seems like you get a hold, unless it's a toss or some crap. And people just don't run toss all day in football. So please adjust that a little bit. So I got that nice little swing route by the running back out of the backfield. Hopefully I was able to get more yards than that. It seemed like he ran for 5 or 6 yards, but it was only 3 yards. So, hey, I threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, obviously, and didn't get as much as I could. Now, he looks like he's sending pressure from the left. I'm not really worried about that. I'm going to run the ball. And that goes back to that weaknesses thing that I was talking to you about. When you guys run the ball, even though this formation is heavy to the left side, when you run the ball, make sure that you look back, you look for your cutback. All right, this is one of my favorite plays from Madden 12 of last year, tight end spot. And I always look to get that tight end when it's a short yard situation. So that's what you guys saw right there. We'll probably go back to that, I know, later on in this game. And these are just combination routes. As you can see, that's probably like another tight end spot, but run from a different formation. It's called X spot, and we just ran it out of like a trips formation. Passing routes or route combinations. I don't want to say passing routes. Route combinations are a real good thing to use in order to get plays wide open, because a lot of guys don't know how to really defend them. And that's me just being a bonehead and throwing against, instead of going to my front side read, I went to my backside read without looking at it, just, blind throw, and that led to an interception. And here, that's the new physics, or the new Infinity engine that they were talking about. How that receiver was able to, he spun instead of just getting clobbered when I hit him with the hit stick, and he was able to pick up additional yards. So again, here we go with that. He's going left. Let's see if he goes left here, which he's setting up for. Now he's going to go backside. So let's say we're going to run to the right, and now we're going to go back to the left. So he stayed left. He just wanted to send the motion man to see if I would alter toward the motion. I really don't care about your motion. if I'm manually controlling one of those inside people, I'll just scrape across and catch that myself, kind of like what I did here, even though I gave up 6 yards. I'm not going to really adjust too much of my defense so that you can see something that you like and try to attack it. I'm going to try to give you a basic look to see where you're going with it instead of you seeing where I'm trying to go with my defense. Again, that was actually a good completion by him. He took the open man. I had 2 men on his inside people, and I left that outside guy open. So that was actually a good read by my opponent. And, again, he's driving the ball. He's up 10-7 with 1:10 left in the third quarter. So I never panic in these games because one is a video game, and if you can score however many, I believe I can score the same amount within the same short period of time. And as you see here, I'm going to have to actually test that theory because now my opponent is getting ready to go up 17-7 with a minute left, with just under a minute left in the third quarter. So I'm kind of putting myself in a bad situation. But again, hey, this is why you practice. And again, practice. I'm not saying I'm practicing because if I win or lose, I'm not going to be upset. No, I don't like losing, period. The reason why I'm saying I'm practicing because this is unranked. I'm taking a look at offensive plays I want to run or formations that I'm going to run throughout the year. And I just want to get some familiarity with them and see how they work within this game. So, again, it's 54 seconds left in the third quarter. We come out in a spread formation. Normally what I like to do with this is count them in the box and throw the ball to whichever man is uncovered. I did that there, had a wide open pass, and my tight end decided to be generous and, give my opponent Christmas in July. So he got that fumble. And now I'm starting to say, okay, maybe it's just not in the cards for me today. And, hey, I mean, sometimes things happen like that, man. So, again, we had that inverted wishbone. We have this wishbone formation, and he's going to this option. But what I've seen in practice, if you touch that quarterback, he's not going to be able to pitch that ball. We used to rely on that in the past where we'll just wait for you to hit that quarterback and then we'll pitch. But now they're preventing that quarterback from being able to pitch if he's actually engaged. So that's a good job by EA there. And that's the first time or the second time in the game that my opponent has actually taken the shallow route by the running back or to the running back in the flat. But the reason why I think he took that is because that's the only person that was out there. So it's not like he had multiple routes. That was like the only right out there. So that might have just been his only read, and that's why he took that. So let's go ahead now. Again, we got that wishbone look, and he throws to the flat quick again. But we're on that because we're seeing that this guy likes to run crossing routes. So I'm having defenses that stay shallow in general. So I'm protected in both crossing or flat routes. And now he's just going quick flat routes. So I'm not really worried about that. We're going to stop that. So again, now we have this looks like a shotgun split back, and he's going to run a drag across the middle. Let's see where he goes. So he throws that ball across the middle as we thought, and he's not able to get anything. But because he's in my red zone, he's now taking the lead on me, 20-7, with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game. So now I'm at the point where, okay, you can't make any mistakes. You can't do anything stupid. You got to play smart ball. So at this point, let's go ahead and let's start playing ball the way we should if this was like an extremely competitive game. So, again, I'm out here in my doubles flex, my gun doubles flex. I'm going to run that draw. It should have been a draw. I audibled into that as far as quick audible into that. But it was more like a sweep. I don't know why they programmed that, but that's what it was. What I'm looking for here is, again, you want to count them in the box. If it's 6 men or less on the box, you want to run the ball. If not, you want to go to the first uncovered slot receiver. If both slot receivers are covered, your next read is your best athlete on the field. All right, so if you drop back and everybody's covered, more than likely you could take off with that quarterback. So those are the things that you need to look for when you're running a spread type offense. I go to my best athlete here, running the streak. I ran 4 verticals on this, was able to get by my opponent, and just like that, we're now back in the game. We're now going to be 14. It's going to be 20-14 with us down by 6 with just under with just over 3 minutes left in the game. So again, this actually helps me out as far as my confidence, as far as I'm not out of the game. It just puts you right back into it, just saying, hey, you're still one play away, so don't worry about it. Because my opponent was actually playing, or because I didn't feel comfortable with how I was playing, I felt like I was down further than I really was. But now I'm saying, okay, now it's time to be aggressive, because I am within striking distance to win this game. So let's go ahead and play ball. So you'll see my defense get a little more aggressive. You'll see me play things a little tighter. So now I'm still in zone here, but what I'm doing is I'm stacking this guy to create a blitz with the staggered linebacker. So let's see how my opponent adjusts to this. And again, so now when he sees pressure, what I'm starting to see is he's just going right to these quick out routes or these quick swing routes by the running back. So if you're seeing that some type of pressure or some type of scheme that you're sending at your opponent is causing him to do something that benefits you, you want to make sure you keep showing that same setup. So that's why I don't actually jump out of a lot of stuff or move into this or that formation, trying to get pressure on every single play. What I want to do is, if I see that you like something, or you will continue to go at this particular formation even though you're not having success, I'm going to keep giving you that same opportunity, because I feel as though it's a strength to me. You're not having success. I know where you can go against this formation. You're going to be stubborn, so I'm going to take that and try to use it to my advantage. So that's what I did with that. Again, I wanted to test them here. I'm trying to work on that rocket catch, but I need to be smart and not throw it at a defender who is right in position. So again, that was a bad habit. We're going to stop that, but I know for sure that I will do that again one more time, at least in this game. And again, it's just habit, man. So I apologize for doing some stupid stuff sometimes, but we all play the game and we all make boneheaded decisions at some point in the game. So again, you'll see here, we're in our 4 verticals, and I'm going to try and go attack this, and there it is. I give up an interception. Now, here's the benefit of the interception, is immediately as I threw that interception, I didn't harp on or anything. I immediately said, okay, I'll just look at that as a punt. He's closer to my end zone. I just got to D up here and get this ball back on this side of the field. So that's what you're seeing. Again, first down, man, I'm giving up 4 yards. I don't really like that at all. So now he's coming out with a balanced formation. As far as in between the hashes, it looks like he has 2 tight ends. We both look like we run this formation, which is big twins. But I'm able to stop that. I'm bringing pressure off the edge. So now it's 3rd and 10. What are we going to do here? We got to get this stop. It's 52 seconds left in the game. We got to make something happen. He comes out in snugs. I hate playing against snugs, so this actually benefits him. He went to the out routes. I had that covered. He tried to throw underneath. He actually had the man who ran the corner route who broke back inside. He had him open, but he only saw the underneath and didn't see that. So thank God for that. So now I come out, and I'm going to go ahead and send a man across the field and also send a tight end vertical. Should have probably took the tight end vertical, but that was my rocket catch right there. I was able to click on and turn my receiver inside to go get that. And now with 39 seconds left in the game, I'm not rushing to take my last timeout or anything. I'm just going to go ahead, no huddle, call some good plays, and let's make this thing happen. So again, we're going to drop back, threw the ball to that tight end, was able to sneak underneath, caught a nice little block. We're now 2nd and inches with 30 seconds left in the game. I've been in these situations before. I have no problem. I'm not worried about this. If anything, I'll just go to a quarterback sneak. But I know from being on the opposite end of this, my opponent is probably going crazy right now, and I can't believe that I'm going to let this game slip out of my hand. And I thought that was a touchdown right there, to be honest, man. Nice little zone weak play. My running back obviously is light in the ass, and he couldn't get over the goal line, so I had to go ahead and rely on the quarterback sneak, and in order to actually go up for the game-winning score. So now it's 21-20. With 13 seconds left in the game. Crazy things have happened before, and crazy things can happen again because I'm not really comfortable with the defense in this game yet. So hopefully I can pull this thing out, man. All right, so he comes out. He's in the end zone. I would never really come out in the end zone like this. Trips to the right side. I should have sent some type of pressure. I'm able to knock that ball down. So I'm feeling real confident right now. And there's 8 seconds left in the game. You just want to throw deep. I don't have to really worry about it. He came out in a more of a balanced formation this time. Went up top to the running back. I thought I was there. And now with 2 seconds left in the game, like, damn, he just had a 50-yard gain. This guy could possibly, win this game on the last score. But, nah, man, I sent that cover 4 out there. You weren't going to get behind me. But, hey, that was a great game by my opponent. Great game by us on offense. Not necessarily great on offense, but we played well. We played good enough to win. We have to tighten things up, get a little bit better, stop making bad mistakes, stop throwing in the coverage, bad habits. And, we don't have to worry about trying to come back and win a game in the last seconds of the game. But, again, this is my first video commentary for you guys. This is NCAA 13. Again, I appreciate you guys. Please like it. Please send a comment. Let me know how I can do things better. And, again, I hope I can do more of these for you guys. And, by the way, that's right, Yeousch Dammit.